Welcome back to this week's edition of the Risk Spotlight Operational Risk News Update. My name is Emily Jones, and today I'll be bringing you essential updates and insights from the world of operational risk, drawn from the past week. All information shared here is sourced from the Risk Spotlight portal, the premier forward-looking service dedicated to operational risk content. Let's get started. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, in the US and the European Commission are teaming up to tackle consumer protection issues in the ever-evolving world of financial technology. They've been focusing on several key areas: buy now, pay later, BNPL products, digital payments, the role of big tech companies in consumer finance, and the increasing use of artificial intelligence, AI, in financial services. Concerns are growing about the potential for BNPL products to lead to over-indebtedness, especially with their increasing popularity in both the US and the EU. Both organizations are digging into the data to better understand the risks and potential regulatory measures. Digital payments are also under scrutiny, particularly the increasing dominance of big tech companies in this space. The CFPB and the European Commission are sharing insights and strategies on how to ensure fair competition and protect consumers from fraud. They're looking at everything from open banking frameworks to fraud prevention initiatives. Additionally, the rise of AI in financial services has raised concerns about potential biases and discrimination in algorithmic decision-making. The CFPB and the European Commission are exploring ways to address these issues and ensure that AI is used responsibly and fairly. The next update highlights a concerning trend. A third of senior executives are ready to ditch their jobs if their companies force them back to the office full-time. That's right, a whole third. A new study from Gartner shows that the return-to-office mandates are causing some major tension between employees and employers. Apparently, it's not just the higher-ups who are feeling this way. The study found that 19% of non-executive employees are also considering jumping ship if they can't keep working remotely. Seems like the pandemic really changed how people view the workplace. The big takeaway here is that companies need to tread carefully when it comes to these return-to-office policies. They need to weigh the benefits of having everyone back in the office against the risk of losing valuable employees. And let's face it, finding and replacing top talent is not cheap or easy. For the financial services industry, this could spell trouble. The loss of experienced senior executives and skilled employees could significantly disrupt operations, leading to knowledge gaps, decreased productivity, and increased costs associated with recruitment and training. The next update is related to an announcement by OFAC on an interim final rule that expands record-keeping and reporting requirements related to various economic sanctions programs. Here's what's new. These amendments confirm that the requirement to report and preserve records relating to blocked or rejected transactions applies not only to U.S. financial institutions, but also to other non-financial institutions. This includes both foreign and domestic institutions that are engaged in certain covered transactions subject to U.S. jurisdiction. In addition to expanding the scope of the record-keeping requirements, the amendments mandate electronic filing of reports through OFAC's online portal. This is a big step towards digitization and is expected to streamline the reporting process. OFAC must be notified of the prohibited transaction. Initial reports are due to OFAC within 10 business days from the date the property was blocked, and annual reports are due each year thereafter that the property remains blocked and held in an interest-bearing account. This interim final rule is set to become effective in August 2024, following a brief comment period. The next update is regarding the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission's appointment of Dr. Ted Kayuk as the Commission's first Chief Artificial Intelligence Officer. This is a big step forward for the CFTC. Dr. Kayuk's mandate is to identify how AI can be used to improve the CFTC's oversight and enforcement responsibilities. This highlights a trend where all key regulators globally will create similar role as usage of AI expands within the financial services industry. The next update is about a disturbing new trend. Cybercriminals are increasingly targeting the families of corporate executives as part of ransomware attacks. This tactic involves SIM swapping the phones of executives' children to gain control of their communication channels. The attackers then use these compromised phones to contact the executives directly, often pretending to be the child and making threats to increase pressure and coerce payment of the ransom. This shift in tactics demonstrates the evolving nature of cybercrime and the lengths to which criminals will go to achieve their goals. By exploiting personal connections and creating a high-stress environment, attackers amplify the psychological impact of ransomware attacks, making it more difficult for executives to make rational decisions. This trend highlights the need for increased vigilance and proactive security measures to protect not only corporate networks, but also the personal information and devices of executives and their families. The next update highlights the collaboration between UK's National Cybersecurity Centre, NCSC, with 3 major UK insurance associations to tackle ransom payments. The Association of British Insurers, ABI, the British Insurance Brokers Association, BA, and the International Underwriting Association, IUA, have united with the NCSC to publish new best practice guidance. The aim is to reduce the number of payments being made by UK victims of ransomware attacks. The guidance is based on a research paper sponsored by the NCSC and published by the Royal United Services Institute in 2023. It provides a series of steps for organizations to consider before deciding to pay a ransom. The guidance is non-mandatory, but aims to prevent a knee-jerk reaction to paying when an organization finds itself dealing with a ransomware incident. The NCSC CEO, Felicity Oswald, emphasized that every ransom paid provides incentives for criminals to expand their activities. She added that it's a dangerous misconception that paying a ransom will make an incident go away or free victims of any future headaches. The Information Commissioner's Office, ICO, also does not consider a payment to criminals who have attacked a system as a risk mitigation. The ICO would not reduce the amount of any penalty if a payment was made. The next update is from Germany. Cybercrime from abroad is on the rise in Germany. It shot up a whopping 28% in 2023. This news comes at a time when Europe's a bit on edge about suspected Russian hackers and spies, especially with elections on the horizon. It's interesting to note that this number has been steadily climbing since German authorities started tracking it back in 2020. In 2022 alone, they saw an 8% increase. So it seems this trend is not slowing down anytime soon. The next update is from the 2024 State of Cloud Native Security Report by Palo Alto Networks. The report highlighted a striking finding that 100% of the 2,800 surveyed professionals said their organization uses AI to assist with coding. This unanimous response is the first of its kind in the history of this report. However, with this widespread AI adoption, comes security concerns. A whopping 44% expressed worries about vulnerabilities in AI-generated code, while 38% feared AI-powered attacks. Despite these apprehensions, the report states that organizations aren't being reckless. 99% plan to create AI safety policies, and 98% intend to inventory their AI models and Gen AI-assisted applications. The last update is related to the notorious hacking group Scattered Spider. The group is known for disrupting operations at MGM Resorts and Caesars Entertainment last year, and has now set its sights on the financial sector. Since April 20th, they've targeted a staggering 29 companies, successfully breaching the systems of at least 2 insurance firms. Their tactics involve purchasing lookalike domains impersonating major companies like Visa, PNC, Transamerica, New York Life, and Synchrony Financial. They then host fake login pages on these domains and use phishing emails and texts to trick employees into revealing their credentials. While the group initially focused on telecom companies, they've now expanded to various sectors, including banking and insurance. CrowdStrike, another cybersecurity firm, has tracked a whopping 52 breaches by Scattered Spider through October 2023. Comprised of teenage and young adult hackers from the US and UK, this amorphous group calls itself Star Fraud and is part of a larger criminal underground known as the COM. And there you have it, a whirlwind tour of last week's operational risk landscape. If you want to read more about the topics I have covered and review additional content on emerging operational risk topics, then please log into the Risk Spotlight portal if you are a subscriber, or go to RiskSpotlight.com to sign up for a free trial. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay safe and keep those risks in check.